It's your boy Aaron. And then your boy OG. Yours truly. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun, woo. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
To answer some questions you might have about KO, KO was actually one of Dusty's disciples, one of Dusty's kids, as they call him.
NXT kids, yeah.
Yeah, coming up from NXT. So Dusty Rhodes had a huge hand in NXT. And I guess that's like a huge resentment point for Cody Rhodes. Because like at that point, Cody left and started AEW and did that whole thing. But all of Dusty's kids, when he left, were getting pushed. Were getting WWE championship spots, like getting main event spots, things that he couldn't do when he was in the company. And they all credited Dusty and stuff. So, this rivalry kind of goes a little bit like in that way. So yeah.
And not just with Kevin Owens. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like with Rollins too. When Cody returned to WWE, he feuded with Rollins, and that was the main point, that Seth Rollins was an NXT kid that Dusty brought up, and that he didn't do the same with Cody. And also Roman brought it up when they were feuding for their first match at Mania.
That's one of my favorite promos of all time. He's like, Dusty's the first person to put the faith in me, and he did a little like Dusty impression, which I thought was perfect, right in front of Cody Rhodes' fucking ass. Like it was amazing. In his face. And then he like dropped the belts in front of him, and he's like, "Hey, you ever won one of these before?" He's like, "Nah, we know that,
Who did that?
Roman Reigns. Yeah,
you see, that's awesome. But okay, so Aaron, I have a question, 2 questions. So Kevin Owens, is this the amount of brutality? Is this his shtick? Like, is this? So this isn't the first time he's had a wrestling match that's that aggressive. Is that insane?
No, I mean I wouldn't say it's his shtick, but people know he can put on a good show with violence that includes ladders, chairs, tables. Like he's crazy, which I love. That's why I like Kevin Owens.
You like Kevin Owens? You're a Kevin Owens guy?
Oh yeah, since day one, since he was in NXT, he's for me, he's probably one of the best heels in my eyes that we've seen in WWE to this point.
Yeah,
I mean, you mean recently, or you mean like
recently, like the past 10 years?
Really?
Yes.
I don't know anything about the guy. I don't.
Do your research.
Yeah, and I judged him very harshly when I first came around. And he won me around, like this guy, every single match that he has, he fucking goes, bro. He fucking does some crazy shit. He gets a good crowd reaction. His music's fucking dope. Like his entrance where he just screams it to the camera is cool. He's impressed me. Like
Crazy.
yeah, I was just like, I didn't expect anything of him, because when you look at him, you judge him, right? You're like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way this guy could go. There's absolutely no way this guy could hold his own against fucking Cody, who's fucking ripped and jacked. But any single guy that he goes up against, he goes, which I was impressed with. And this match was a perfect evidence of it, because like he was whipping Cody just as much as like Cody was whipping him. So yeah.
So I do have a question for you, Aaron. So for you guys actually. So what prodigies? Whose career has Dusty Rhodes influenced? You guys mentioned Roman Reigns. You guys mentioned Kevin Owens. You guys mentioned Rollins. And who else?
Probably everybody that's on the top of the roster right now. And that includes Bayley, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn,
Becky Lynch,
Charlotte.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did he influence them? What was his role here? Like what?
He was, I believe.
Like what was his position in NXT? That
he was in charge of the promos, like how to give a good promo. But besides that, like the amount of knowledge that man had, and probably the best advice you can probably get was from him. So he has a lot to do with all the success that these wrestlers are having right now.
And they all credit him. Like they cut promos on it. They like are do interviews on it. Like they're pretty candid about how much he's influenced them. And NXT actually has a tag team title championship like tournament in his
Like
honor.
a tournament, yeah.
Called the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Challenge or something like that.
And when these, sorry to cut you off, but and when these, like when they get interviewed and they bring up Dusty, like they get emotional. Like he meant a lot to these people.
Yeah, like even the reason why I like the Roman one, because although he's talking shit, like the promo that where he mentions Dusty, like it's real, like it's very genuine. He says like, you know, Dusty is the first person to put like this confidence in me. He told me that, you know, you have it. It like doesn't matter if you bottle it, if you sell it, you have it, bro. Like you're gonna main event WrestleManias, you're gonna be the man. And I can't imagine the influence, the type of mentoring he provided not only to Roman but to every single one of those guys. So
Well, that's actually I had no idea. I had no idea that. I remember that after Cody Rhodes won the championship, I remember The Rock mentioned Cody Rhodes. I don't remember what he said. I don't know if it was in the Raw the next day or even Raw that day. I don't remember, but they mentioned Cody Rhodes, and I remember not Cody, Dusty Rhodes. They mentioned Dusty Rhodes, and Cody got kind of emotional. It's actually really interesting to see Dusty Rhodes' fingerprints all over this new talent. Not this new talent because they've been up there for a while. It seems like.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. I don't know if you guys remember Dusty Rhodes. You probably don't.
I remember when he came out with Cody for the first time, like when they were first coming out. That's all.
Like he let me see. He was a less in shape Kevin Owens. Yeah, like but his performance was his in-ring performance was just it was like heelish, but for a face. You know what I mean? Like it was interesting. He had the southern accent. Yeah, he had the little dance. You know, he liked the polka dots. I mean, it was crazy. It was interesting. Like he was nobody's favorite wrestler, but nobody really hated him. But it's interesting to see his fingerprints all over these guys and him helping these guys, especially somebody like Roman Reigns, who you guys admire. Okay, so I want to get back to the. Go ahead.
Oh no,
Okay, Aaron?
we're just acknowledging.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, he's our tribal chief. He's the number one, bro.
Is Paul Heyman gonna come out now?
Yeah, you're our wise man, so you're
Nah.
you introduced us. You gotta like you dubbed yourself as this.
So I do want to talk about this match, and I want to tell you guys what I thought. I've been watching wrestling since you guys started this now.